Hello ladies and gentlemen, Teveron here, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena gameplay. I've been sick for quite a while, but finally seem to be getting over it. Still have some congestion, but at least my voice has mostly come back, though it'll probably get a little scratchy as time goes on, so this video may be a bit on the shorter side. Today we're going to be looking at Chromatic Black, a deck pioneered by Ali Antrazi. This particular list was played in the World Magic Cup by, and I apologize in advance for my pronunciation, Debrew Michel. As always, I will have links in the description to both of these deck lists. At its core, this is a mono-black control deck that uses Chromatic Lantern and treasure tokens to splash cards of other colors to great effect. We'll start by going over our threats. Creature-wise, we have Carnage Tyrant, Demon Lord Belzenlok, and Jasuvess Lich Knight. Ali's list ran Niv-Mizzet Perun in the slot where Carnage Tyrant is, but there's a lot of flexibility in the list to kind of run whatever you want. Jasuvess tends to just end games when kicked unless the opponent can immediately sweep the board, and Belzenlok provides a huge evasive body while drawing you extra cards. Then we have Karn Scion of Urza, who is at his best when ticking down to make constructs, which, especially when combined with other artifacts in the deck, provide a very quick clock indeed. And in a pinch, he can draw us some extra cards. Then we have our non-threats. Cast Down and Vraska's Contempt provide us with spot removal, while Golden Demise and Ritual of Soot are able to sweep the board if there are a number of small bodies in play. The Eldest Reborn serves as untargeted removal for hexproof threats and can also provide us with a threat ourselves later on. Treasure Map, Thematic Compass, and Chromatic Lantern serve to smooth out our draws and allow us to cast our off-color spells, with the Map and Compass providing additional value when they flip into Treasure Cove and Spires of Orazca. Lastly, we have 4 Masterminds Acquisition to tutor whatever card we need in a given situation from our deck or sideboard. The mana base has 4 Cabal Stronghold and 21 Swamp. This deck is very mana hungry, and you will often be able to use the mana generated by Stronghold to cast massive spells. It is important to remember though that the Stronghold doesn't begin to net you extra mana until you have at least 5 swamps in play. The sideboard contains a lot of one-off wish targets, which gives us a lot of versatility when combined with Masterminds Acquisition. Banefire can just win the game, and Zacama Primal Calamity gives us a huge body that can also serve as an answer to opposing artifacts and enchantments as well as creatures, or gain us some life. Sanguine Sacrament can hugely buffer our life total and give us time to stabilize. Cleansing Nova, Ritual of Soot, and Golden Demise give us additional board wipes, while Moment of Craving, Cast Down, and Vraska's Contempt give us more spot removal. Lastly, we have Duress and Argyl's Bloodfast for control matchups. This deck can be quite complicated to play, and I'm not hugely familiar with it yet, so I'm bound to miss some lines of play. Still, we'll give it our best shot. Let's jump into some games. Alright, we will definitely take the play. Okay, this hand seems slow. We have no removal till turn 4. I think we probably need to mulligan this. That's theoretically worse, though if we hit a land, Treasure Map could get us there. We'll risk it. Oh, there's the land. Awesome. So I am not super familiar with this deck. In fact, because of Masterminds Acquisition, I've got the deck list pulled up on my other monitor so that I can see what I can actually go for. So, showing blue-black over there, we'll definitely deploy our treasure map, and we'll want to mark our upkeep so that we can scry. Alright, search for Azcanta on turn 2 seems quite bad for us. Nope, not yet. Let's hit a land drop, please. There we go. That's what we want. And we'll mark our upkeep again. Now, we could neglect to scry next turn, hoping to draw a 4th land and trying to jam Karn, but I would like to keep making my land drops versus another controlling deck. Alright, they could be a surveil deck with disinformation campaigns, which would be actually quite bad for us. Put Karn on the bottom, still wanting to make our land drops. And we missed. Well, at least we get to flip our treasure map next turn. Go ahead and mark our upkeep again. Thief of Sanity. Well, we will kill that sucker. Go away, please. Come on, lands. Yeah, we'll take that one. And our opponent is tapped out, so we will dump a treasure for Karn. And I think we're going to go aggro here, especially with the second Karn already in our hand. This way, too, if Karn gets killed, we at least have a threat on the board left over. We need to remember that Cabal Stronghold does not start netting us mana until we have at least 5 swamps in play. Right, so they could have access to Negate or Syncopate. We could Golden Demise. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't quite have the City's Blessing, though we can get it. So let's do that. We'll attack first and see if our opponent is willing to chump block. Alright, they are not. So we do not want this Thief of Sanity to hit us. So we are going to attempt to kill it. Good deal. No counterspell in the opponent's hand. There was no discernible pause there at all that I could detect. So they could flip this. Looks like they're going to. Ooh, spicy. Don't see people running that very often. That is sweet. Discovery, you got it. Ooh, was that Chromium? Oh no, Guild Mage's Forum. Multicolored creature spell. Interesting. I wonder what the opponent's up to. Their deck seems very cool. Let's go ahead and draw a card, even though that shrinks our constructs. Alright, Swamp. Gets us closer to netting mana with Stronghold. Let's go ahead and plus. Probably should have held that Swamp until after we plussed Karn, as it could have affected their decision. Alright, give us Cast Down. That makes me think that they don't have a lot of creatures. I think we're going to try for our other Karn here. Actually, I would like to tap you so that we can leave black mana up for our Cast Down, just in case. And we don't really care if it gets countered. We still have the Karn in play. But if it resolved, we could make another construct, grow these two. Alright, milled another land. Let's get in there. Twilight Prophet, sure. Go to their instep, and we will attempt to kill that. Alright, have another counter, that's fine. Our constructs are going to get big enough to eat this. So we still get to keep pushing damage. In fact, they're going to get even bigger than that. Well, maybe they wouldn't have for sure, since maybe we don't want to throw Karn away. Let's go ahead and tick you up. All right, they gave us the Lantern, so we'll play that. Give them less information. And then we'll go attacking. Give them the opportunity to chump block. They decline. So let's go ahead and contempt this sucker. And I suspect that is the game. And it is. Alrighty, still not completely sure what they're doing. They have Thief of Sanities. So we don't want to throw out all of our removal. I think we can safely cut Ritual of Soots, though. And probably Golden Demises. We'll leave our cast downs in. We probably want Moment of Cravings, too, as we really, really don't want to take a hit from Thief of Sanity. They are kind of controlling, so Duress and Argyl's Bloodfast are considerations. Not really sure what we would cut to bring in all of those, because I kind of like everything else that's in the deck. So maybe we bring in Bloodfast and 2 Duresses as a hedge, till we see more of what the opponent actually has going on. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we keep this. We have an answer to an early Thief of Sanity. We're going to make our land drop, so if they are super controlling, that will help us out a lot. Yep, we'll just drop a swamp and pass the turn. Alright, shocking. Is that an Azcanta? Oh, it's a Thought Erasure. So maybe losing our cast down here. If we do, that's probably a good indication that they're about to play a Thief of Sanity next turn. Nope, took Mastermind's Acquisition. So probably not looking at a Thief of Sanity next turn. Karn was a good pickup, though, if we can resolve him. Disinformation Campaign, so they are running that. Okay, I think we're going to dump Eldest Reborn at this point. We're furthest away from casting that. If we can get to Demon Lord Belzenlok, that would be quite awesome, too. Really want to resolve this Karn next turn. Start ticking it up to kind of hedge against this bouncing and getting replayed 50 billion times over the course of this game. Even if the cards we're getting from Karn are not very good, it at least gives us something extra to discard. Luckily, they won't be able to replay this turn. So we could be facing a counterspell here, though not Sinister Sabotage. I think we are justified in trying to resolve Karn. Alright, awesome. We are going to tick up. Yep, either one of those is fine. Actually would rather have Treasure Map, but probably going to get Contempt. No, they gave us Treasure Map. Interesting. They must have something in hand they don't want to get Contempted. Yeah, you got a campaign. Think we'll discard this swamp. Let's go ahead and tick you up again. Alright, again, either one of those is fine. Can't quite swing the Carnage Tyrant yet. Let's go for that. Play both of these suckers. And pass the turn. Gonna put a stop so that we can double scry on our upkeep if we need to. Okay, they got an Eldest Reborn. That's fine-ish. So that is probably why they took or didn't give us the Contempt, because they were planning on doing this and trying to get back our Karn. Let's go ahead and scry. Second Karn. Yes. So we don't need that stop, which we got it anyway. Let's go ahead and play him out. And now I think we start going aggro. Pass the turn. Go ahead and set that stop just in case. It doesn't really give us an opportunity to respond afterwards. At this point, I think we go ahead and get rid of the cast down. Try to keep our threats. Another Eldest Reborn, sure. We have a hedge for that. So sacrifice the Karnstruct. Go ahead and scry. We want to make sure to do the one we've already gotten. Eldritch Reborn is actually a pretty good draw. Though I would like to hit some land drops. Yeah, we're going to bottom that. Go ahead and do this so that it'll flip. Yep, that's what we want. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could Bells and Lock. Yeah, let's just go ahead and draw. Go to our main. So now we can net mana off of Stronghold. Let's go ahead and make another Construct here. We'll do this. And we don't have to sacrifice treasures, which is awesome. Hopefully we get several hits. Alright, got an Eldritch Reborn and a Cast Down. That will do. Again, we want to set a stop on our upkeep. Yep, there's our Karn joining the other side, the traitor. We'll discard... I think we'll discard Joshuves. Because between Cast Down and Eldritch Reborn, we have a chance of getting our Karn off the board. Or not. Well, we made the decision with the knowledge that we had, so... oh well. Still have a good chance, though. Going to lose our Cast Down here to the Disinformation Campaign. So I think we are going to sack a treasure and also scry on their instep here. Alright, choosing to draw with Karn. So if we can get another, we'll give them the island. If we can get another Eldritch Reborn, we could still potentially deal with Karn or a Vraska's Contempt, either one. Ritual of Soot, you got it. Let's make sure we go to their instep. Alright, let's sack one of these. Another treasure map. Not at this point. Go ahead and scry again. Another Karn, though. Yes, I will take that. Let's tick this Karn up. Alrighty. Probably giving us the swamp. We will play that and go to combat. And we'll get this Karn off the board this way if they don't have a removal spell. Looks like they don't. Alright, so that worked out well for us. Let's make some mana here. Play out our other Karn. We'll keep that one and make a Construct. Alright. This game's going in our favor at the moment. So they can get our Karn back again here if they want to. Do they have anything over here that they've milled? They don't. You get Karn or Joshuves. Looks like it's Karn. See what they choose to do with him. Ticking up again. You can have a Fountain of Renewal. Yep. Going to lose our Cast Down. Of course, they don't really have anything for us to be casting down at the moment. And let's not forget to flip our treasure map on our upkeep here. Yep. So it's going to buffer their life a little bit. They can also sacrifice it and draw a card. Just pass the turn here. See what we see. Yes. Alright, go to main. Let's tick you down. And we'll go ahead and actually, just in case of a syncopate, let's do that. Alright, stick that one. Tick you down too, grow our other ones. And let's get in there. So we are going to go after Karn again with Demon Lord. Looks like we're getting him off the table. Opponent's thinking about, yep, they're going to go ahead and sack the Fountain of Renewal. And again, this game seems in our favor. We know they're running Ritual of Soot, so they could wipe our Constructs here. Yep, Mission Briefing will do that. Ooh, Crucible of Worlds too. Very interesting deck the opponent's running. Luckily that Disinformation Campaign's not going to make us discard anything, though it does draw them a card. Yeah, Ritual of Soot keeps them alive for at least a turn here, unless we get a Mastermind's Acquisition. We'll go to Instep. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Okay. Let's draw some cards. Trying to hit a Mastermind's Acquisition so that we can go for Banefire. Alrighty. We'll play out Chromatic Lantern. Go ahead and tick Karn down. We could tick it up, but unless we hit 2 Mastermind's Acquisitions, it's not going to really get us there this turn. And we'll see if the opponent can get themselves out of this mess. Alright, Mission Briefing. They need to deal with both of our things. Disinformation Campaign, Discovery, okay. Which if they had hit a Vraska's Contempt, they could have gotten rid of Bells Unlock and padded their life total. And then this wouldn't be lethal. So they are definitely digging. Oh no, they're bouncing Demon Lord. Sure. We'll discard a Swamp. Do you have a way to mitigate some damage? Ah, Thief of Sanity to block. That's not going to do it. And that's the match. Okay, I think this is keepable. Don't know what our opponent's on, but I think in the dark we do keep this. We've got a turn 3 Golden Demise. Looks like we're up against blue something again. We can drop Thematic Compass next turn, hopefully hit our 3rd land drop to Chromatic Lantern Opt. So this could be several things. It could be Drakes, it could be some sort of control deck, it could be Mono Blue Tempo. Doesn't really tell us a ton about what the opponent's doing. Alright, so Jeskai control, probably. This makes me think that they have a counterspell up. Still, I guess we would rather them counterspell the Thematic Compass. And we really need to resolve it if we can, so we're going to attempt it. Though maybe they have Essence Scatter up. Alright, well, whatever's going on, they chose not to counter our compass, so whether they were unable or just didn't want to, we don't know. Revitalize, so definitely control. Need to hit a third land. Be awesome if we could draw it this turn. Yes, thank you. And we are going to jam Chromatic Lantern. Sweet. So they don't actually have a counterspell, I think. Maybe they're holding Seal Away or something in hand. Was what the pause was for on the compass. Or I guess it was just Revitalize. Well, there's a Drake. We can kill that. And I think it is definitely in our best interest to do so while they're tapped out, even though it stops us from activating Thematic Compass this turn. That thing can get out of hand very quickly. Yeah, Teferi's bad too. Alright, untapping. Ritual of Soot's not going to do it for us. We want to make our land drop, so let's start activating Compass. And we may be about to be just buried by Teferi there. Yep, keep on drawing. Just a few more turns and they'll be able to emblem him. We do have multiple answers to Planeswalkers in the deck. Whether we can draw and resolve them, though, that's what we're worried about. Alright, Karn. So we can activate Compass, play a land, have 3 up. Probably not resolving Karn in any case. Next turn we can do Carnage Tyrant. Yeah, I think making our land drops is a better play here. If they have a board wipe for Carnage Tyrant, then that's probably going to be game over for us. Our Rituals and Golden Demises are definitely coming out when we go to sideboard here. Yep, drawing so many cards, so we got a couple of turns to deal with Teferi. Alright, discarding Seal Away and a land. So yeah, we could go for a land again, but I think our best bet to try to stay in this game is to resolve Carnage Tyrant and hope they don't have Settle the Wreckage or Cleansing Nova. We can also, if they don't Cleansing Nova this turn, Mastermind's Acquisition for a Duress and try to cast that. Alright, digging, digging, digging. Probably casting Chemister's Insight as well. So the chance they don't have a counterspell is probably not great. Though, whether they have a sweeper capable of dealing with Carnage Tyrant, you know, that may be a little bit more in our favor, though 2 Deafening Clarions can get it done too. Well, they are still digging, it feels like. Hopefully they don't get there. Because if we don't deal with Teferi this turn, well, there's the Cleansing Nova. So now we're on Vraska's Contempt or Eldest Reborn or nothing. And they have enough mana open that if they have a counterspell, it's going to be over for us. So we cannot Wish and Contempt at the same time. So I'm not going to concede right away here. We're going to try to Mastermind's Acquisition. We'll get a card from outside the game. And that's the game. Even if they're greedy and don't Ultimate Teferi here, we can't really deal with him, so good game, opponent. And for those that get frustrated playing against control, here's some good advice. My life total was still very high there, but the game was over. So just concede. Forcing your opponent to play it out and literally kill you is not punishing them. People that play control decks enjoy playing like that, so you're only punishing yourself. If you'll just concede when the game is essentially over, even if your life total isn't 0, you'll enjoy the game a whole lot more and not get so frustrated playing versus control. That said, let's not waste a bunch of time. Let's go to sideboard here. So Golden Demise is coming out. Ritual of Soot's coming out. And Cast Down's coming out. Though Cast Down does kill Drakes. We definitely want Duress. We may put 1 or 2 Cast Downs back in. Let's see what else we want to put in. Bloodfast, we've got 2 more slots. We want our other Contempt. And sure, we'll bring in a Cast Down. Is there anything else that we want to cut to bring in the second Cast Down? I don't think so. So, let's submit this. We don't want to bring in Banefire, as we can always just wish for that, if we get into a position where it's feasible to do so. Alrighty, we will keep this. If we can resolve Argles on turn 2, that will go a long way towards getting us this win, at least in this game. So let's hope they're not running the one of Spell Pierce that a lot of these control Jeskai decks are running these days. Well, they've got something. Hopefully it's just an opt. Ooh, no Spell Pierce. Alright, well they did have an opt. And they have Azcanta. Generally, Bloodfast outdoes Azcanta, though, so we could play Thematic Compass this turn. I think we're better off just drawing a card, so we'll go ahead and pass. Alright, nothing from the opponent. Let's draw. Alright, land drops are good. So now I think we will cast Compass. That'll still leave us up enough mana to draw a card. Though we could have just not played it and drawn 2 cards. And there's no use to play Cabal Stronghold out as long as you have swamps until you hit at least your 5th swamp. As until that point it's just a colorless land that doesn't net you any mana. So they got 3 in the yard. They're still a ways away from flipping that search. Alright, they are making their land drops too. Let's draw. Chromatic Lantern, that's good. Second one as well. We'll play our swamp. We're going to try to resolve a lantern here, as that would allow us to play Carnage Tyrant next turn, and it resolves. Awesome. We'll just pass. So we have a choice of either getting a swamp or drawing a card. We may just activate Thematic Compass for the mana efficiency. There's Teferi. Sadly, we don't have the mana up to Contempt it at this very moment, so they're going to get to untap. And they probably brought in negates. So, yeah, let's activate Compass. We'll play a swamp. So we could go for Contempt, but I think we go for the uncounterable card. Alright, opponent is tucking Chromatic Lantern. It's interesting. We do have a second one in hand. Also, we've already resolved our Carnage Tyrant, so it's not that big a deal. Let's see if we can get in and kill Teferi. Hopefully they aren't holding Settled Wreckage in their hand. Alright, Teferi down. They very well could be holding a second Teferi in hand, though. Let's go Stronghold now. And we'll make extra mana and try to resolve our other Chromatic Lantern. Alright, that worked. Let's go ahead and get a land since this is going to flip. Thin our deck out just a little bit more. Didn't want to do that until after we resolved our lantern, so we wouldn't shuffle the other one away. And we will end the turn. Alright, Chemister's Insight, sure. We have enough mana up to draw 2 cards with Bloodfast. Alright, milling an Opt. One more and they can flip Azcanta. They do have a grip full of cards too. Star of Extinction. Yep, you got it. We'll go to their end phase. Let's draw some cards. Second Carnage Tyrant would be awesome. That's a lot of swamps. Okay, well, let's pass it then. So, Azcanta's flipping. Now, this is a bit unfortunate. Alright, Shocked. Were we about to see a Niv Mizzet come down? No, another Teferi. Alright, so we want to respond to the draw. Makes it less likely they have the counter spell. Alright, well, there's a counter. So now we'll just wait till end of turn and draw 2 more. Yep, go ahead and let them untap. Let's draw. More swamps, huh? This is getting ridiculous, deck. Well, there's Eldest Reborn. If they don't have another counterspell, which is not super likely, but guess we'll jam it and try. Yep, another counterspell. So if we draw, we only have 3 mana up, so there's really no use in doing that, as we can't cast Vraska's Contempt or Eldest Reborn with that amount of mana. If only one of these bazillion swamps that we drew was another Cabal Stronghold, that would at least be a bit better. Though we're not completely out of this yet. We are low enough, though, that if they're running Expansion Explosion, we could just get burned out. Alright, now they're getting double Azcanta activations. Alright, Revitalize is not real scary. And let's draw some cards. Alright, deck. It was hilarious for a while. So we can flip you. Yeah, we'll flip you. At least we do have a Carnage Tyrant. So let's play our other Thematic Compass here. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think we're going to activate Compass. Have very few swamps left. And then I want the temple left open. So let's tap you for green. Looks like we're going to have to manually tap everything here. Nope, there we go. That's enough. That way, if they have removal for the Carnage Tyrant, we can sack it to gain some life. Alright, Revitalize. More Revitalize. And Insight. Drawing all the cards. Alright, we'll discard a swamp. Not like we actually need it. Alright, at 7, so still within Carnage Tyrant kill range, if it sticks around. Nope, another Cleansing Nova. Alright. Well, let's gain 6 life then. Think this game has probably slipped away, mostly thanks to all of the swamps that we've drawn. We're at 33. So, I mean, we actually haven't kept up with them on card draw, but we have drawn a lot. Treasure map. I mean, I guess that gives us a little bit of an opportunity, if it resolves, to filter through the top of our deck. It's only 2 turns till this thing ultimates, though, so not sure how relevant that's going to be overall. See what Azcanta finds them. Well, a counterspell. So that's probably putting the nail in the coffin. About the only way I think we could get out of this at this point is if we draw a Mastermind's Acquisition and they neglect to counter it, thinking they'll counter whatever we get with the Sabotage so that we can get Banefire and target Teferi with it. Or to mark our upkeep. All right, let's look. I mean, that's not going to resolve, so bottom it. Oh, I forgot to scry. Well, let's go ahead and look. I accidentally clicked that, so it wouldn't have mattered. Alrighty, good game, opponent. Well played. Okay, this is a bit of a weird hand, but I don't think we throw it away. Yeah, we'll keep this. Get to land a Compass on turn 2. Hopefully hit our 3rd land to play out Chromatic Lantern. Right, opponent mulligan to 6, so that could potentially be good for us. Starting off with a Memorial to Folly. Probably Golgari of some sort then. Oh, blue-black pirates. Gotcha. So this is a bit of a tempo deck, kind of in the style of mono blue tempo. Generally, this could be a different build. All right, took one of our compasses. There's our 3rd land, so that's good. We'll deploy our other one. Yep, Curious Obsession, that is exactly what the opponent's doing. So, this could be bad for us, especially since they've gotten a really good start here. If they can tempo us out dealing damage, drawing cards while holding up counterspells, that's not going to be great. Ritual of Soot would be awesome if we could draw that. Let's go ahead and play out Chromatic Lantern. Alright, so are you going to make a pirate? You are. Drawing another card. What we would like is for them to tap out and for us to draw Ritual of Soot. Well, neither one of those things happen. So we're taking 6 next turn. We're very close to just being dead here. I think we have to Mastermind's Acquisition for Ritual of Soot and hope they don't have a counter spell. Which I could have gone for the sideboard. Actually, probably should have to not thin the rituals out of our deck, but they had the Lookout's Dispersal anyway, so still have a chance to just draw it naturally as long as they don't have another counter spell. Alright, Freebooter, so their counterspell is down, unless they're also running Spell Pierce. But we didn't draw it, so they'll sack that. We'll take 8. Good game, my friend. Alright, so we want all of our removal. So, Cast Down. We want Moment of Cravings, looking for him there. We want our other Vraska's Contempt, our other Ritual of Soot, our other Golden Demise. And then we want to take out probably Demon Lord Belzenlok. Carnage Tyrants maybe not great either. Of course, Karn's slow too. Yeah, I think we'll cut Karn's. And we'll also cut one treasure map since Karn's not in the deck. Alrighty, hopefully this will get us there. We could bring in Cleansing Nova too. Maybe we should. Yeah, let's cut another treasure map and bring in Cleansing Nova. Alrighty, let's see how this does. We will definitely be on the play. Okay. Not the greatest hand versus what they are. But again, not one I think we can afford to throw back. Alright, let's keep it. May just get run over again. Would love to have seen a 2-mana kill spell in our opening hand. Alright, starting off with Storm Tamer, huh? That is a pirate. Get Compass down. Hopefully there's no Curious Obsession on turn 2. Alright, Freebooter. That's not Curious Obsession. So there is that in our favor. Interested to see whether they take or Mastermind's Acquisition. They took the Acquisition. So, which is better here? Probably Treasure Map. Try to dig ourselves to some removal. Alright, taking damage. Again, at least there's no Curious Obsession going. We want to mark our upkeep so that we can scry. Thief of Sanity. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, I don't think we can afford to throw away the Contempt. We need to hit that Thief of Sanity. We'll just draw. And get rid of that thing while we can. Against decks without counterspells, I would normally pass and do it on their turn, but don't want to give them the chance to counter that. Well, there's the Curious Obsession. Oh, let's mark our upkeep, please. We definitely want to scry. Another Acquisition. I think that's too slow at this point. Let's bottom it. Drew one anyway. Well, we need to hit our land drop. Come on now. Give me the swamp. Oh, we're still in our draw step there. And again, want to scry on our upkeep. Double Curious Obsession. This game's probably over too. Storm Tamer. Almost certainly holding up a counterspell. Lantern would let us cast Tyrant, which is not really going to do much. So to the bottom you go. And a swamp. Alright. Well, at least we get to flip our compass. We're not going to activate it because we would like to use it to stop something from attacking. I think we're going to try to cast Mastermind's Acquisition here. Let's see, we can make 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Let's make some mana. And we will get something from inside the library because all our sweepers are there. After board here. So we have enough to pay for the Lookout's Dispersal. Grab Ritual of Soot. And we could try to cast it. But I think that's probably a bad idea, so we're just going to pass. We can at least stop the Freebooter from hitting us unless they have a dive down or are willing to sacrifice a Storm Tamer. Alright, getting rid of a Storm Tamer. Drawing 2 more. So hopefully they don't have hard counters in the deck. We have enough mana now to Ritual of Soot and pay for Lookout's Dispersal. So let's do that. Alright, well those are gone. That helps a ton. Let's try to resolve a Chromatic Lantern. Alright. Well, we are not under threat now, so we'll just pass the turn. Poisoner, okay. This is a thing that can deal with our Carnage Tyrant. Thought Erasure, you got it. Nothing I can really do about that. Lost our Acquisition. And they milled a Dive Down. And they shocked. Well, we're not going to let that hit us if we can help it. Thief of Sanity. Yep. And a Storm Tamer. Alright, let's draw a card, shall we? Swamp's not going to help us. Neither is that one. Two Eldest Reborns, huh? Interesting. Let's see. Yeah, I think we jammed these. There's that gone. I'd rather not tap the Spires, thank you. There we go. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Carnage Tyrant. Well, that's fine. Wanted to Eldest Reborn, get rid of Storm Tamer, then we could Spires the Thief. Got too invested in correctly doing the treasure there. Well, Thief of Sanity is going to hit us at least once here. That was a big mistake. Hopefully they don't find anything really good, like an Eldest Reborn. Hostage Taker. They can take our Chromatic Lantern. Taking their own Thief of Sanity. Okay. Alright, they're discarding their last card. We may have stabilized here. Alright, well, let's Eldest Reborn. And opponent has had enough. Alrighty, so despite the horrible misplay there, we got there in the end. Don't know if we can count on getting there in game 3 or not, but we will give it our best shot. Yeah, this is a really good hand as long as we hit a third land. We will certainly keep it. Moment of Craving for their first threat is awesome, especially if we can catch them off guard when they're trying to deploy a Curious Obsession on it. So no first turn play, so we're not going to be Curious Obsessioned starting turn 2, which is awesome. Alright, well, we're losing our Moment of Craving, probably. Maybe a Ritual of Soot. Nope, the Moment. Well, they know our whole hand except for one Stronghold, so they can play around stuff if they have the ability. Alright, they have all the discard. Treasure map, though, that's quite good. Go ahead and play that out. Hopefully they don't have the ability to take our other Ritual of Soot away. Let's mark our upkeep in case we need to scry. Alright, no Curious Obsession's quite good for us too. And they're down to 2 cards in hand, so we may be in okay shape here. Nope, bye-bye Ritual of Soot. At least Treasure Map's on the board though, so that should help. And they're down to 1 card. See if they mill something. Don't think they did. So whatever's on top is appealing to them. Oh, well, there's a Ritual of Soot. Oh, they didn't take the Ritual of Soot, did they? They took the Mastermind's Acquisition. Alright, well, let's keep that on top then. We'll just draw it. They know about one of these, so let's go ahead and play it out to get rid of that freebooter. Try to, anyway. Alright, they're countering that. I think we're okay with that. We still got another Ritual. If they overextend here with another creature, then we're going to get them. Maybe that's another counter spell. Contempt? Sure. We'll take a Contempt. And we are content to let that freebooter hit us, as long as it's not drawing them extra cards. Make sure and mark our upkeep here. Alright, just the 1 card in hand. Yes, we do want a swamp. Flip our treasure map. Go to main. So we're going to mark our opponent's upkeep and pass. And we're going to try to contempt this thing on their upkeep. That way, if they have a counterspell, they have to spend the mana on their turn. Alright, they do. Let them do their thing here. Alright, still no Obsession. Storm Tamer, great. They are going to walk face first into a Ritual of Soot, which is very good for us. Probably don't need to tell you that, though. Alright, make our land drop. So we're down to 1 card too, but we have a treasure map going. Well, 2 cards once we get our Ritual back. The board's clear. I think we're in good shape. We have weathered the early storm. Yep, losing one of these. Bye-bye Ritual. Right, let's draw a card. Please, deck, don't flood me with swamps again. Alright, bye-bye to Vraska's Contempt. Milling Spell Pierce, so that's good. Hopefully the top card is equally as bad for them. See what we can draw. Cleansing Nova. That's potentially good. Got 2 removal spells in hand. Just need a threat. And opponent has had enough. Alrighty, so sorry for the shorter than normal video. Of course, it's the first video that I put out in a while. My voice is starting to go. You may be able to hear that over the audio, I'm unsure. But I don't want to totally get it gone again and then not be able to make videos for another week or 2, so we're going to call it here. This deck's incredibly fun, and there's many ways that you can build it. I'll include a link in the description to this deck list, as well as Aliantrazi's latest deck list, which is slightly different from this. And of course, you can tune a lot of the cards to whatever that you are personally fond of playing. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed the video. I have been Teveron, and until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.